Yeah, try it. See for yourself.
Yes.
The weather's looking not too bad out there.
No, really, across western Oregon and Washington, seeing a little bit of that sunshine, so a nice change of pace compared to where we started off earlier today with those soggy conditions, but we can't complain with a few popcorn clouds there off in the distance out over the Dalles. 51 degrees is where we currently stand with winds out of the west-northwest at about 18 miles per hour, but we've seen some great blooms and blossoms here across the Pacific Northwest as spring is well underway, even if our temperatures haven't necessarily felt like that. But be sure to head to KOIN.com where you can submit your weather photos and videos, and we'll continue the conversation right here on KOIN 6. As far as our rain accumulation goes, since midnight today, picking up a couple of 1/100ths of an inch to about a 1/4 of an inch, anywhere from Portland to Vancouver, Troutdale at about a 1/10, and just the same for the shoreline. As we hold on to just some blue skies, a few of those cumulus clouds off in the distance, as our winds downtown remain now at the northwest at about 3 miles per hour, as we hold steady at about 50 degrees. But of course, those temperatures will start to tumble as our skies continue to clear and the sun sits a little bit lower on the horizon, with just a few splash and dash showers right now tracking their way through eastern sections of Washington County. But overall, we are starting to pick up on a bit of a drier weather pattern that takes us into the overnight hours as the snow continues to fall up in elevation above about 2,200 feet or so. That does include some locations over the Coast Range picking up on the additional snowflake or two after the snowy start some of us woke up to today. Now, no snow is a threat for the start of the day tomorrow, but we got frost advisories once again up and down the I-5 corridor over the Coast Range, the foothills of the Cascades, where we could be falling back as cold as 29 degrees, if not into the mid-30s for us. So if you've just freshly planted those plants outside in the ground or either in those pots, you might want to bring them in or cover them up to protect them tonight. But just to put things into perspective, on March 26th, that is our average last day that we see freezing temperatures in the Portland metro area, but it's gone as late as May 2nd of 1964, so there's still the possibility. And the reason for this big cooling trend is radiative cooling, all due to the cloud coverage breaking free, and all the heat that we built up today, even if it is minimal, is once again escaping back out into the atmosphere. So give yourself an extra minute or two as you run out the door tomorrow, especially if your vehicle is exposed to the elements, and we can thank this latest trough that continues to usher in the cool pool of air, but a ridge continues to build just off to the west. As it presses its way east, that's where our afternoon highs will get back up into the low 60s, potentially by the time the weekend rolls around. As those skies continue to clear tonight, by sunrise, we'll see a mix of the clouds and maybe a few rays of sunshine before the raindrops start to fall once again. Very isolated in nature, not as widespread as what we experienced back on Monday or even really today, as we managed to fall back into the 40s come sunrise on Friday with just a little bit more of that sunshine. So that's going to put our 48-hour rainfall totals at just at about a 1/10 of an inch for PDX, and just the same for the shoreline and Salem. Daytime highs tomorrow expected to warm up along the shoreline to the upper 40s, low 50s, a hit and miss shower in the afternoon possible, but a cold start for the I-5 corridor tomorrow morning before we get back up into the mid-50s. Just on the east side of the Cascades, much cooler than where we started the week, and that's where those winds will remain calm as the snow continues to fall up in elevation, with our 7-day forecast showing that we dry things out just in time for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's where near normal conditions finally return as those afternoon highs get back up into the low 60s. So it's great that that falls on our weekend. I always try to plan it out that way for us.
That was nice of you.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I was just hoping my yellow would manifest the sun. It kind of did.
It did in some locations,
yes,
yeah.
I feel like that's a thing
Good
right
job.
now. Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks,
Good work.
dude. Yeah.
New at 4, NASA